Chapter 16, Names That Should Not Be Spoken Aloud. The door did not lead to a place. It led to a naming. Oren stepped through and felt himself lengthen, like a word mispronounced so many times it began to mean something else. His bones clicked with unfamiliar syllables. His blood took on the rhythm of clocks that did not tick, but remembered. There was no floor here. Only a vast plain of letters, scrawled and living, writhing in cursive lines across a skin-thin surface that pulsed with slow, fetal breaths. Names. Every forgotten name, dreaming itself back into breath. Oren nearly spoke, but the room did not allow it. Instead, it inhaled through him. In the library that had once been a theater, Talia stood over a book that grew teeth. It bit her fingers gently, like a dog that didn't want to remember how to love. "It knows me," she whispered. Elias watched from the window, though there was no outside. Only the suggestion of sky, drawn crudely in charcoal, erased and drawn again. "What is this place?" he asked. "It feels like waiting." "It is," said Luna, arriving with Rowan behind her. "Were all pages here, torn out, rewritten, misfiled." She opened her coat and pulled out a map she hadn't had before. The map was blank except for one shifting symbol in the center. Rowan pointed. "It's the unlettered hinge. The place where meaning folds." "Where Oren is," said Talia. The book in her hands began to bleed. Elsewhere, a child walked backward through a hallway that did not exist in time. She had the eyes of someone who had seen herself die and decided not to do it again. She touched each doorknob as she passed, and each door groaned open behind her, not into rooms but into versions of herself she had not chosen. In one, she was a mother. In another, she was a wolf. In a third, a god. She closed them all, gently. Until she came to the one that had no knob. Only a whisper. "Who remembers me now?" She did not answer. She walked through. Oren knelt in the plane of living names. A shape was forming ahead of him, tall and serpentine, stitched from voices. It wore no face but shimmered with the memory of thousands. Each one a person the house had forgotten. Each one a story left unfinished. "You are not the first Oren," it said. Its voice was not sound, but consequence. He lowered his head. "I know. You carry the tear. The hinge is broken." A pause. "Do you know why it was hidden?" Oren could feel the answer rising in his throat like bile, like fire, like birth. "Yes," he whispered. "Because the house wasn't built to end. It was built to pause. But we kept remembering the wrong way." The named creature leaned close, and where its mouth would be, a door began to open. Back in the real world, if such a thing still existed, people began to vanish from photographs. Entire branches of family trees curled inward and fell away like autumn leaves scorched by absence. In one museum, a painting repainted itself nightly. In another, a statue of a sleeping man wept milk until it cracked in two. The inside was hollow. Inside the hollow, a note. It read, "You were never supposed to leave." And in the house, which was no longer only a house but also a wound, Oren stepped through the final door. And found himself in a room he recognized immediately. It was the room from his first dream. The one with the chair basin. The one with the rotating walls. The one with the black door. And now, the door was open. There was someone standing inside it. And they were wearing his face.